I am the legitimate daughter of the Prime Minister's mansion. If you touch me, you should be careful. My father will kill you.
Miss Sue, don't be so naive. Let me tell you the truth. It is your people from the Prime Minister's mansion who are paying us, so that U.S. brothers can take good care of you today. As long as you show your innocence, your Prime Minister father will probably be too busy to hide this scandal. How could he still stand up for you? Ha ha ha. You are so delicate. I really wouldn't want to be too rough with you. Why not just submit to us? It might save you some suffering. Ah ha ha ha.
The beggar Jia finished with a wicked smile and reached out to remove the woman's clothing.
You beast! Let me go! I am the daughter of the FCU family. My family would never treat me this way.
Su Muksho desperately fought back, while murmuring to herself through her tears. Though she pretended not to believe the beggar's words, inside, she couldn't help but believe them just a little. Since she was 8 years old, after the only person who loved her, her mother, fell off a cliff and died. No one in the SU family ever cared about her well-being again. Her father was cold, and her stepmother smiled with malice. Not only taking her mother's dowry, but also banishing her to the most remote little courtyard to live. Her half-siblings often mocked her with their sarcasm. Even the servants of the SU family dared to shout at her. They bullied her, both openly and covertly. A dignified daughter of the Prime Minister's mansion. Her life was worse than that of the servants. She once thought that by compromising, she could live peacefully, and that everything would be fine once she got married. But unexpectedly, they delayed her marriage by 10 days, and refused to let her go. Now, he has to be disgraced before they feel satisfied. Su Muksho is not a fool. She knows exactly what wicked plan An Zhao is concocting. As long as he loses his integrity, they can use this as a pretext to force her to relinquish her position as crown princess, so that her half-sister can take her place. She can marry into the prince's mansion justifiably. What a cunning scheme! Looking at the men with dirty silver shoes before her, a glimmer of despair flickered in Su Muksho's eyes. Only one thought occupied her mind. Even if it means death, she would never allow these people to tarnish her integrity. The little girl summoned all her strength and forcefully pushed the man in front of her away. With closed eyes, she hurled herself against the pillar. Her delicate form slumped against the pillar and slowly collapsed. The blood that stained the pillar was strikingly vivid.
Oh no! That man only wanted us to ruin his innocence! He didn't want him to die, though. What do we do now?
Let's escape quickly. Escape? What for? What are you too cowardly afraid of? The people in the Prime Minister's mansion already despise this legitimate daughter. What does it matter if she dies? Rest assured, no one will seek justice for her. Then, what should we do now? What shall we do? PSH. Of course, we continue with it. Are you truly willing to let such a heavenly beauty slip away? But she is already dead. Perfect timing. I've never had the chance to play with someone dead before. And today, I finally have that opportunity.
Beggar finished speaking, and approached Su Muksho with malicious intent. He thought the girl's blood-soaked face was quite off. Pudding. He ripped off one of her injuries and tossed it over her face to cover it. But he missed the sudden fierceness in the woman's wide-open eyes. Su Muksho is confused. Both she and Greedy Lang have been blown to bits. How can she still feel pain? She was in a daze. Suddenly, she felt a sharp pain in her head. Strange images flooded her mind. After processing everything, she realized she had traveled through time. Things about how the woman on the ground has changed her mind. Outsiders remain completely unaware. Beggar B continued excitedly.
Brother, you go first. Then I'll join in after you.
All right, then I'll go first. When I get the money, I'll share extra with you.
Su Muksho secretly scoffed. At the moment, the man lunged at her. She delivered a powerful kick. She sent him crashing into the opposite wall like a mural. By the time he fell down, he was already lifeless.
What a waste! It is like killing zombies.
The remaining two were so frightened they were paralyzed with fear. They completely forgot to run away.
It is so noisy!
Su Muksho frowned and walked over. She swiftly dealt with the three of them. She tilted her neck to the side. As she turned around, she casually glanced at the ground. Then, she spotted something very familiar on the ground. The item on the ground was actually the meteorite bracelet she had found at the antique market. She had been carrying it with her ever since. Surprisingly, the explosion didn't destroy it. Instead, it somehow came along with her. What a surprising turn of events in Dongli Kingdom. As Yu Maxia lifted the hem of her skirt, she casually wiped the bracelet, then slid it onto her wrist. Based on her memory, she headed toward the Prime Minister's mansion.
What?
It's confirmed that the bitch is back.
Report to the lady. The doorman came over to inform her. It is indeed the young lady. She is almost through the second gate now. I was shattered by someone and didn't even know how to die. Why come back here and embarrass yourself?
Zhao Yun! You are nothing but a servant, a mere slave. What kind of wife are you supposed to be? Looks like the Prime Minister's mansion is getting more and more lawless. How dare they call a concubine a wife? This is truly ridiculous. It is quite an eye-opener. Since everyone here has lost their minds, why not just sell them off?
Madame Fan saw her master being insulted by the eldest lady, and her face turned ashen with rage. Moreover, he often bullies Su Moxie. To show her loyalty, she rushed forward to defend her master, and reprimanded. The young lady is getting more and more unruly. What kind of behavior is this? Shouting in front of elders. In response, he received 2 resounding slaps.
Ah, this face is thicker than a city wall. My hands are hurting from the impact.
As you woozy, you crazy woman, don't go around provoking others. He was met with another set of 2 resounding slaps.
A lowly servant! Daring to call their master's name without knowing their place. Who gave you the audacity to disrespect me?
I intended for Madame Fan to play the bad cop first, then deal with Sapsi Mukshe before I stepped in myself. Zhao Yumei, who pretended to be virtuous, never expected this lowly girl would suddenly shed her previous timidity today. She has become so ferocious. Look at Madame Fan being struck. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to describe her as a battered pig. I wonder what poison this shameless girl took today. How she became so fierce all of a sudden.
My aunt thought Fan's conduct today was something to be punished.
This.
What's there to deliberate about?
Miss, you are the master. He is the servant. The master is frustrated and needs to vent. As a servant. Let's not even mention hitting. Even if you kill, you will still suffer.
Auntie! You truly live up to your reputation as the ancient Dragon Ridge Old Green Tea. You won't say a word about this crafty servant undermining authority. You won't even dare to directly address the master. But you twist the facts, claiming I took it out on the servants. You truly possess the ability to spew nonsense. What a sharp tongue you have for turning black into white. No wonder that crafty servant dares to be so disrespectful to their master. It is clear that when the upper beam is crooked, the lower beam follows suit.
And Zhao's expression stiffened. I never expected the usually timid prostitute to be so mercilessly blunt towards herself. She felt a deep resentment brewing within. She thought her current behavior was merely a reaction to being frightened by those 3 beggars. That is why she seemed a bit off. After some time, once the summer ended, she would return to normal. Thinking of this, she swallowed her anger. She put on a benevolent facade, hoping to soothe Su Mushu. Shrier! What is wrong with you today? The words hadn't even left her lips. Suddenly, there was a loud slap. Then, a sharp heat spread across her face. She felt a metallic sweetness in her mouth. You hit me. How dare you hit me?
You are a lowly concubine. Worse than a servant. If I hit you, then so be it. Do you expect me to pick a day to do it? Daring to call me by my name! You sure have a high opinion of yourself. What do you think you are in front of me? You truly think you're something special.
As Yu Mukshu finished speaking with disdain, seeing Aunt Zhao still pointing at her, she found it very annoying. It made her feel quite displeased. She narrowed her eyes dangerously. With lightning speed, she grabbed the woman's finger and twisted it back. All that could be heard was a crack. Aunt Zhao's fingers were bent into an eerie arc.
I detest nothing more in life than being pointed at with fingers. If there's a next time, you better believe I'll take a knife and chop off your fingers. You wretched woman.
I am going to kill you. Aunt Zhao dropped her facade, gripping her deformed finger as she cursed venomously.
Don't you want to kill me? Then come at me. Let's see who ends up killing whom first.
After saying that, he leaned close to Aunt Zhao's ear and whispered,
Oh, I almost forgot to ask if you want to know what happened to your 3 beggars. They all had their necks twisted. They're dead. Before they died, do you know what they said? What?
Aunt Zhao trembled at the mention of the 3 beggars. Fear gripped her heart. She was so scared that she forgot the pain. She feared they might reveal her before dying.
Hemfi! I'm tired today. I'll just collect some interest from you for now. You'll learn what happens. To those who anger me,
After saying that, he didn't even glance at Aunt Zhao. He turned and left. As soon as Su Muxuo left, Madame Fan immediately wore a look of shock. She rushed forward with concern. Madam, your hand.
Quick! Get a doctor and send someone to inform the master. Tell him the eldest lady has gone mad.
Aunt Zhao gritted her teeth, enduring the searing pain. She blamed Su Muxuo for her suffering today, and for the great humiliation she had endured. She resolved to run away tonight. The master would surely kill her. If only he dies, her secret of hiring beggars to commit murder would be safe. Meanwhile, Su Muxuo relied on the memories of her past life as she walked toward her own courtyard. When I saw the dilapidated courtyard in front of me, I realized that after dealing with Zhao Yunmei, I had still been too lenient. She should have been beaten to the brink of incapacitation. Only then would the resentment be appeased. I pushed open the rickety wooden door. The yard looked just as dilapidated as it did from the outside. Everything was in a state of disrepair. A girl in a light green maid's uniform was collecting clothes in a wooden basin. Seeing her return, she greeted her cheerfully.
The young lady has returned.
Upon seeing her dirty and tattered clothes, and her body covered in bloodstains, I was initially taken aback. My eyes went red with concern.
Miss! What happened to you? I am fine. Please, bring me some water first. I need to bathe first.
The original girl had the determination to endure pain like a pillar. Thus, her injuries were serious. She had lost a lot of blood. After returning, she briefly tidied up after Aunt Zhao and others. Su Muxuo was already feeling overwhelmed. Otherwise, she wouldn't have let Aunt Zhao off so easily. This shy and hard-working woman was soaking in the bathtub. Su Muxuo closed her eyes, trying to tap into the memories of her original self. She was searching for the housekeeper from the Prime Minister's wife's yard, and the eldest maid's whereabouts. After all, she needed to reclaim the dowry. She needed to clarify what her mother's dowry actually included. Otherwise, Zhao Yumei might dismiss it with worthless junk. If she was unaware, she would be at a disadvantage.
Leonard, do you know where Madame Gui, who was next to my mother, is now? Miss Wei. Since Madame Gui was dismissed after the lady fell from the cliff, she was sent to a farm by Zhao Yinyang. However, I have sneaked out to see her before. I know where that farm is. Miss, what do you need Madame Gui for? Zhao Yunmei has taken over my mother's dowry. I want to get the list of the dowry from Madame Gui. I want this woman to return all of the dowry to me.
Su Muxuo recalls from her past memories. She knows that Lanner is a trustworthy person. She has no intention of hiding anything from her. She explained her plans thoroughly.
Miss should have been like this long ago. For years. Aunt Zhao has claimed the lady's dowry. Is it fair for the legitimate daughter to live in a place worse than the servants' quarters? It is simply outrageous. Don't worry, your lady is no longer the same as before. After this, those people can forget about gaining any advantage from me. Miss, how much torment did you endure today? Is that why you've changed so much? The past is behind us! The lady before you from now on. Is someone fully devoted? I will no longer be as weak as before. So, when you are in front of others, don't compromise like you used to. If anyone dares to bully you, fight back directly. Got it!
In her deep memory, Lenda was often bullied by the people in the mansion for him. Yet this foolish girl still loyally protects her lady. She has never uttered a word of complaint. For such a loyal servant, Su Muxuo feels admiration in her heart. So she doesn't mind protecting her.
Miss, don't worry. Lana will surely protect you at all costs. In the future, for bathing and changing, I can handle it myself. You should go do other things for now. But, no buts. I haven't eaten anything all day. I am nearly starving. Please, go get me some food first. Come on. Then, miss, please change your clothes first. I'll go find something to eat.
After she said that, the little girl hurriedly ran out. Su Muxuo got up and dressed herself. She walked around the inner room for a while. Inside, there was only a shabby bed, a dressing table with a corner missing, and a broken table. There was nothing else. Lying on the bed, he couldn't help but feel emotional. Yuan Shen's body is too weak. How will he face those jackals, tigers, and leopards in the future? It seems that exercising is urgent. And the wound on his head. It hurts so much. It would be great if there was medicine right now. Suddenly, he felt a warmth spreading through his hands. Then he found himself in a strange place. Where is this? Su Muxuo looked at the large villa in front of her. She was a little taken aback. She looked around, except for this villa that looked like it was about 3 stories high. Aside from this villa, there were no other buildings nearby. Obviously, this was the only household around. Not wanting to sit idle and wait for his fate, he thought for a moment. Then, he boldly walked towards the villa's entrance. He reached out to push the door. To his surprise, the villa door opened right away.
Welcome, host to the Lolly Dream Space. I am your space manager. 008. Host, please take a look at the control panel on your right. It contains usage instructions and prices for various items. You can purchase by simply clicking confirm.
As Yumukshi followed 008's guidance, she discovered there was indeed a half-height control panel on her right. As she walked over, she saw that there were really all sorts of items on it. Names, usage methods, and prices. Each price had a confirmation button below it.
008. How do I settle the currency here? Hello, host of the Lolly Dream Space. We use a virtual currency for transactions. How can I earn virtual currency? Did the owner notice the replacement bar on the left? Just place your valuable items into the replacement bar, and they can be exchanged for virtual currency in this space.
With 008's guidance, Yumuchi finally noticed that there was something like a trading console on the left, but it had a grooved replacement bar on top. He felt somewhat skeptical. He attempted to remove the jade hairpin from his original body. He placed one on the platform.
Congratulations, Master, on the successful exchange. You have received 50,000 yuan in virtual currency. You can use these virtual coins in the glazed dream space to purchase any items that cost less than 50,000 yuan in virtual currency. A single jade hairpin can actually be exchanged for 50,000 virtual coins. Yes, Master. This jade hairpin is classified as an antique. However, its condition isn't great, so it can only be exchanged for 50,000 virtual coins. If it were top quality mutton fat jade, a jade hairpin like this could be exchanged for at least 1 million virtual coins. A single jade hairpin could be worth millions!
Rasa Moxu is not one to make a fuss. Yet, she couldn't help but marvel at such a figure.
Understood. Is this space limited to only exchanges? Are there other features as well? There are many functionalities. However, Master, your current level is relatively low, so you can only access the more basic functions on the first floor. Once you reach a certain level, you will unlock access to the second floor. And then, similarly, to the third floor. Are the items on the second and third floors more advanced? Of course. For instance, the weapons on the first floor currently consist of a few portable pistols, bullets, rifles, and similar items. Once you collect enough on the second floor, there will be machine guns and the like. You can purchase large weapons after gathering items on the third floor, like fighter jets, for instance. How can 008 quickly level up to the second and third floors? Master, this is a stage that can't be rushed, just one click. The key is to utilize the space effectively. Once you accumulate enough points, you'll upgrade naturally. So you mean spending money? Exactly.
The destitute Mukshu felt a pang of disappointment. But soon, she would toss it aside without a second thought. With his skills, making money here would be a breeze. Moreover, with this universal exchange space, he can purchase weapons for self-defense. From now on, even if he walks boldly in Dongli country, no one would dare to provoke him.
In this glass dream space, in addition to exchanging items, there is also a storage function. Anything placed in this space won't expire. So no matter if it's food, supplies, or anything else, as long as it is kept in this space, it will stay fresh and won't spoil. Right? Yes. What other functions does this space have? 008! Please tell me all about it. Master, aside from this residence, the springs and waters outside are treasures too. They can strengthen the body. They can also detoxify and heal wounds. Additionally, the medicinal fields and fruit orchards are treasures as well. Furthermore, the wasteland in the space can be used to plant whatever you desire. The entire land in this space belongs solely to you. You can arrange it however you like. As for other hidden functions, you can discover them slowly over time.
Hearing about all these advantages of the space, she was surprised it even had hidden features. Su Moksu's eyes sparkled with excitement. She was filled with anticipation for the future.
Is the food in this space better than what's available outside? Of course, everything in this space is nurtured by spiritual springs and water. They not only grow quickly, but also taste great and can strengthen the body. However, compared to the spiritual spring water, it is still somewhat inferior. That's already quite good. 008. Can I look around now? Of course. This space is meant for the owner. You can look at it however you like.
With 008, Su Muksha first wandered around the villa. After exploring the villa, she headed straight for the orchard. She previously thought these items belonged to someone else. worried about offending the owner. She hadn't come to the orchard, but now knows it belongs to her. Of course, she wouldn't miss out on this opportunity for a feast. It is truly remarkable, nourished by the forest and water. The fruits in the orchard have thin skins and thick flesh. They are extremely juicy, and they taste sweet and sour. As Muksha was thoroughly satisfied with her feast, she even picked a few to take with her. She planned to bring them back for Lanner to enjoy. After wandering outside for a while, she drank a few sips of Linquan River water, and then returned to the villa, feeling satisfied. She started picking and choosing at the operating table. She selected a bottle of anti-inflammatory water, and a box of hemostatic and muscle regenerating powder. Finally, she purchased a portable pistol, a few bullets, and a dagger. Only then did she leave, feeling quite satisfied. Just as she stepped out the door, she immediately ran back in.
Is 008 there?
Yes, I am here. Master,
How do I get back?
you just need to silently recite going back.
How will I come in next time?
Just recite glazed dream spaces silently. Does the master have any other questions?
You can step away from the door now.
This is disposed of after use. Su Mukshui followed 008's instructions and took some action. As expected, she returned to the dilapidated courtyard of the Prime Minister's mansion. She noticed that Lanner hadn't returned yet. She took out the anti-inflammatory solution and the hemostatic muscle restoring powder. She approached the basin. She discovered the wound on her forehead. It had indeed healed significantly. It seems that 008 was indeed truthful. The water from Linquan River does have remarkable healing properties. Not long after she finished, Lanner returned, looking disheartened.
What is wrong? Lanner, I am sorry, miss. I feel incompetent as your servant. I couldn't bring you back any food. Because the chef said, it is not yet time to prepare anything.
Lanner felt distressed that the mistress hadn't eaten. But Su Mushui's attention was drawn to the 5 fingerprints on her left cheek.
Who hit you? Miss, please, don't worry. I am fine. It doesn't hurt at all. Lanner! I've told you before. If anyone dares to hit you, hit them back. How could you forget so quickly? I am sorry, miss. I didn't want to cause you trouble. Silly girl. If I encourage you to fight back, I have my own ways to handle it. You don't need to compromise for others. Do understand?
Su Mukshu had already eaten a lot of fruit in the space. She had also drunk the water from Linquan River. She wasn't feeling very hungry anymore. But hearing Lanner's words, she couldn't let it go. She planned to storm into the backyard to deal with those slaves who looked down on others.
First, she decided to eat a couple of fruits to tide her over. Later, take me to confront whoever bullied you. Miss, what kind of fruit is this? It looks so delicious.
Lander curiously examined the pear she was holding. I grew up alongside Su Masio since childhood. The master is not favored. Naturally, her maid's life isn't much better. I can't even get enough to eat, let alone fruits.
This is called a Sydney pear. It is refreshing and thirst-quenching. Hurry up and eat! We still have things to do later.
Since he won't let him eat while cooking, then let's just not eat at all. The two entered the inner kitchen. A few women were sitting together, chatting casually while nibbling on melon seeds. No one noticed him arrive. No one bothered to get up to greet him. Su Mukshu didn't mind either. She turned to Lanner and asked casually,
Who hit you? It was Miss Liu. She said it was past mealtime. The kitchen was off. Limits for cooking. No cooking before the designated time. I argued briefly. And then she struck me.
Miss, you mustn't listen to this girl's nonsense. You know the rules of our household. Cooking is not allowed after mealtime. Miss Liu called out for the eldest lady. But her expression and words did not show any regard for Sumukshe at all. It implied,
Since the mansion has set rules, you cannot cook after mealtime. Then why are you cooking on the stove?
Don't let Sumukshe speak. Landa sneered first, pointing at the steaming pot on the stove. She retorted, That is the bird's nest soup being prepared for Mrs. Zhao. Mrs. Zhao works hard for her husband, laboring tirelessly day and night. It's only natural that she gets special treatment. How can you compare with her?
Go! Destroy everything in the kitchen.
Do you dare? The lady hurried over and blocked the doorway. Su Muksha said nothing. He grabbed his arm and threw him over his shoulder, then delivered a few hard slaps to his face. While hitting, she shouted insults.
Who do you think you are? How dare you cut my rations? Whoever touches me must want to die! Alright. Then I'll grant you that wish.
Ouch.
Serious.
You all hurry and report to Lady Zhao. The young lady is going to kill someone. An old woman finally reacted. She wanted to run and spread the news. As Yu Mukshi pulled out a dagger from her side, without even looking, she shot at the woman's leg. The old woman immediately fell to the ground. Clutching her leg, she wailed in agony.
If anyone dares to step out of here, then my dagger won't be so kind as to merely shoot legs. Instead, I'll aim for the head directly. Miss, please spare us. We won't dare again.
The others were so frightened that they quickly knelt down. Trembling, they begged for mercy, seeing that the people in the room were terrified. As Yu Mukshi turned to the stunned Lander, Lander shouted in confusion.
What are you standing around for? Get smashing already!
Only then did Lander snap out of it. She hurried to start smashing things. Lander had followed her master for many years, and this was her first time doing something like this. At first, she was a bit hesitant and couldn't quite let loose. She was afraid to smash the valuable ones, so she only picked the worthless items, smashing whatever she could find. As Yu Mukshi shook her head, watching her, she kept a calm expression as she made him kneel.
The young lady has finished smashing. Is this the effect you were after?
As Yu Mukshi glanced over the chaotic destruction, there wasn't a single good thing left in the kitchen. She nodded in approval, then pointed to the missing iron pot on the stove.
Not bad at all. Not. If we can smash that pot too, it would be even better!
The second brother turned around and grabbed a hammer upon hearing this. He dashed over in just a few quick steps. He raised the hammer and smashed the iron pot to smithereens. As he smashed, he shot hostile glares at the helpers in the kitchen. His curses came out in a rush.
Let this be a lesson for your snobbery! You won't get away with bullying the young lady. If you bully me, then you won't be getting anything from us. Then, let's all go without food.
Mrs. Liu and the others felt he wasn't just smashing the pot. It felt more like he was aiming to smash someone instead. They were so frightened, they shrank back like turtles in their shells. They feared that one misstep would make them the next target. As Yu Mukshi saw that, the pot was completely smashed. She called out to Lana.
Lander, come over and get to work. Miss, what else is there to do? Do you still have the strength? The maid has plenty of energy to spare. As long as you have strength, come and deal with those who have bullied you. Give them a good beating.
Lana was getting into the smashing, but when she heard it was time to beat someone up, she felt a bit hesitant inside. For a moment, she stood frozen, unsure of what to do.
As my maid! If you can't even bring yourself to fight back, then perhaps you shouldn't follow me anymore.
Though S. Yu Mushui's tone was calm, Lander, who had been by her side, sharply sensed that her mistress was upset. She knew this wasn't just to scare her, remembering that they had already wrecked the kitchen today, and knowing the masters in the mansion wouldn't spare them. It might as well be a clean break, time to take on those who had bullied them before. It is best to give them all a good thrashing. With this thought, Lander didn't hesitate at all. She lunged first at the one who usually bossed her around. Madame Liu, who bullied him the most, received a thorough beating. Madame Liu was beaten and cried out for her father and mother. She kept cursing under her breath.
Ha!
Lander,
You vengeful little brat. How dare you hit me! I am someone loyal to Lady Zhao.
aren't you afraid he'll seek revenge later? You'll end up sold off.
So you are just Zhao Yunmei's lapdog. No wonder you win in such a shabby way.
As Yu Mukshi squatted down, she reached out and wrenched Madame Liu's chin. She dislocated Madame Liu's jaw. Madame Liu's eyes widened in fright. Drool poured uncontrollably. It flowed down from her hanging jaw. It dripped down to her chest.
How disgusting! At least it is finally quiet now. Lander, you can carry on. It is the young lady.
The second brother now only admires Su Mukshi. He followed her orders immediately. He played his part with even more enthusiasm. The young lady has become so powerful. As her follower, he couldn't lag behind. Right. Madame Liu was thoroughly dealt with by Zupo and her companion. She felt both pain and humiliation. She was so scared that she even wet herself. Looking at the woman with a wet crotch, Lena frowned in disgust.
What a mess! And you are so grown up! That is just revolting! The lady doesn't want to hit her anymore. She doesn't want to dirty her hands.
Madame Liu heard this and froze. Her heart was filled with pain, fear, hatred, and embarrassment. Her eyes rolled back, overwhelmed. She fainted from the shock. Liang Chu's servant left the kitchen of the Prime Minister's mansion in disarray. He beat everyone up. Then, he strode away, feeling refreshed.
That felt good today, right? Yes. It was so satisfying. Never did I think I would get to see Madame Liu like this! A day when the heavens showed mercy and dealt with her. It is incredibly satisfying. It is just that you are worried those people will complain afterward. Prime Minister Su and his associates will come looking for trouble. Since the young lady is aware, why aren't you enduring it today as usual? If this story gets out, it might damage your reputation. What if it reaches the palace? Then your engagement with the prince could be in jeopardy. You think so much at such a young age. Don't worry. Even without this incident, the prince wouldn't marry your young lady anyway.
Of course, even if that shameless prince wants to marry her, Su Muksho would never marry someone like that. He thinks the central air conditioning is dirty.
How could he not be the lady's fiancé? You were promised to each other since childhood. Let me tell you the truth. That shameless prince has long been involved with Su Miwei. That woman is already carrying his child. Oh, how could this be happening?
Landa was in disbelief. The prince, who seems so genteel, how could he be so shameless, getting involved with his fiancée's half-sister?
What's the big deal? That shameless prince appears grand and glorious, but is filled with thieves and debauchery. He's not worth much at all.
Su Muksho accessed her true memories, realizing that Xuanyuan Jinshu had long been involved with Su Miwei. Now, the baby in her womb is almost 3 months along. Su Muksho pondered for a moment, and understood why Zhao Yunmei was in such a hurry to ruin her original innocence.
Miss, don't be upset. The prince is unreliable. You still have me, Liner. Always by your side. I will never betray you. Stop. Put away your excessive sympathy. Don't lump me in with that shameless prince. That would be an insult to my character. He wants me to feel sorry for him. He is not worthy of that. Miss, you are not even the legitimate wife yet. And the prince has already found another woman. And she is already had a child. They're practically slapping you in the face. Once you are in the prince's mansion, you'll need to carry this confidence with you. You must put Su Miwei in her place. Who says I'm going to marry him? Even if I never get married in this life, I would never marry a scumbag like him. Lanner, don't ever associate me with him again. Otherwise, I'll be very upset with you. Miss, please don't say such things. Men should marry, and women should marry at the right age. How can you say you won't marry? If you really don't get married, the Prime Minister's mansion may not tolerate you either. How will you stand as a single woman then? Besides, the Emperor won't spare you, no matter what the Emperor is like. I am still going to end this engagement. Don't worry about these matters. Just remember that I am your master! You will do whatever I tell you to do from now on. As for the Prime Minister's mansion, I don't plan to take on any more burdens. If you want to follow me, I'll make sure there is always food for you. I promise you won't go hungry. And if you don't want to follow me, I'll return your contract to you. And I'll give you some money as well. I guarantee you will lack for nothing.
Just as Su Muksho finished speaking, Lander's face turned pale. She immediately knelt down in tears.
Miss, I won't say anything more. Please don't send me away. I don't want any money. I just want to follow you for the rest of my life. I won't go anywhere. I understand. Now, get up quickly. Don't kneel down at the slightest provocation in the future. I really dislike it.
Su Muksho quickly reached out to help her up. She absolutely couldn't tolerate the ancient practice of kneeling at every occasion. It made her feel as if she were celebrating the Qingming festival every day.
Miss, I feel like you are not the same as before. What's different? I can't quite put it into words. It's clear that you're still you. But there's a sense that something has changed. Tell me about the old me. What did I look like in your eyes? In the past, you always preferred to stay indoors and avoid going out. Even when you did go out, you were always so timid. You never dared to look up and meet others' gaze. When faced with challenges, you would only cry and run away. You never knew how to stand up for yourself. You were someone who had very little presence.
Landa was trying hard to recall in her mind what her master used to be like, having spent so many years together. Yet all she remembered were her lady's eyes that often shed tears. The rest had become a blur.
Get down on your knees, you wicked girl.
So, you're a wicked girl, huh? The esteemed Prime Minister Su, the leader of the court's civil officials. Is that all you can say? If that's really the case, I seriously doubt how someone as ignorant as you got to be the Prime Minister. How did you even manage to hold such a position? Did you take a shortcut of some sort? Is it by favoring your concubine over your wife? Or did you gain it by mistreating your own daughter?
Su Hong felt a searing pain in his chest from her words. He raised his hand, intending to punish Su Mushui. His slap hadn't even landed on Su Mukshui's face yet, when she caught his hand and twisted it behind him. There was a sharp crack. Su Hong instantly felt a jolt in his wrist. A wave of excruciating pain shot through him.
Let go, you beast.
Your mouth is so foul.
Miss, the master kindly came to see you. How can you strike your own father? That is truly unfilial. It is a timeless tale of a daughter striking her father. What will happen if news spreads? How will the other daughters of our school marry? Zhao Yumei is sure to keep her distance. As Yu Mukshe can't reach him. They were quite amused as they watched from the sidelines. As Yu Mukshe smirked mischievously. She found it amusing that he was celebrating too soon. He then drew his pistol. He fired a shot at his arm. The bullet pierced through Zhao Yumei's arm and ricocheted off the wall. It then bounced onto the ground, until blood started gushing out. When he couldn't even cover it anymore, he was so scared his eyes rolled back. It was too late to scream. He fainted as he shouted. Until the moment he fell. He didn't even realize how he had been injured.
Oh, someone help me.
Hurry up and find a doctor to save me.
The second male is really ugly.
Su Mukshui frowned and blew on the muzzle of the gun. Lander immediately rushed over. She grabbed Madame Fan's collar and started hitting left and right. The other servants who had originally restrained Su Wuxie, including Su Hong, stood there dumbfounded, staring at the arrogant master and servant. Regarding everyone's reaction, Su Mukshe felt a great sense of satisfaction. She held the gun skillfully in her hand, and expertly spun it before pressing it against Su Hong's head.
Do you still want to hit me?
After all, I am your father.
Father! Do you even deserve to be called that? Open your eyes and take a good look. What? Father would allow his legitimate daughter to live in a place worse than a servant's room, while the concubine lives in a luxurious mansion. What kind of father would let his legitimate daughter live in hunger and wear rags? But the lady enjoys a life of luxury. What kind of father would allow his servants to bully his own daughter and remain indifferent? What father would let a concubine bully his legitimate daughter, even going so far as to pave the way for his own daughter, seeking someone to tarnish the legitimacy of his own daughter?
Su Mukshu unleashed a barrage of insults and questions. Su Hong's face shifted from blue to white. Yet he couldn't even defend himself. She has no feelings for Zhang Hanyan. Thus, she doesn't particularly like this eldest daughter either. Su Hong wanted to maintain his fatherly demeanor, but in the face of the indifferent and tough Su Mukshe, and the powerful weapon in her hand, he dared not lecture her again. He rationally chose to remain silent, no longer opting for a head-on confrontation. Thinking of this, Su Hong suppressed his anger. He forced a kind smile. He began to shift his strategy. He tactfully decided to take a softer approach.
I'm sorry, Schweyer. I admit, I've overlooked you these past years. Now that you've stood up for yourself, I won't hold it against you too much. Tomorrow, I will instruct the butler to prepare Ling Shuyuan for you. It will be your residence. From now on, your monthly allowance will be increased to 20 taels, just like your brother's. Furthermore, Dad will set up a small kitchen in your courtyard. Then, whatever you want to eat, you can prepare it in the kitchen. Let's set aside our past grievances as women. What do you think?
You want to play nice and pull the family card, right? Who can't do that anymore? Su Mukshe couldn't help but reveal a hint of a cold smile. Then she pretended to be deeply moved.
Is there anything else you want to say to me, Schweyer? We are father and daughter. But feel free to speak. From now on, whatever you desire, a father will always try to please you.
Is what my father said true?
Su Mukshe asked cautiously. Her face revealed a hint of longing for familial affection.
Of course. You are your father's only legitimate daughter. If your father doesn't treat you well, who will?
The servants were equally astonished. Just a moment ago, the father and daughter were tense. Now they suddenly appeared to be kind and respectful. It is truly strange how this happens every year. This year has been especially abundant.
Then, Father, can you have Aunt Zhao return the dowry left by my mother? And give it all back to me!
This?
You won't even help with such a small favor. It seems that when my father says he loves his daughter, it's just words. It's just words. What a shame! The daughter was hoping that when Aunt Zhao returned her mother's dowry, she would immediately seek out the foreign merchant who sold her the pistols. She would ask him to buy more pistols to honor her father. Since you don't want to help, then never mind.
Upon hearing Su Shui say that, a glimmer of intensity flashed in Su Hong's eyes. He had quite an interest in the pistols. Now, being close to Su Shui, he was naturally trying to leverage familial ties. When the time was right, he hoped to claim the pistols for himself. Now, hearing that he could buy more, His heart was, of course, filled with elation. If he had such a powerful weapon, who in the entire Tony Kingdom could stand against him? Perhaps there would still be a chance to sit in a position of power over the world. A sense of ambition flickered in S. Yu-hong's heart.
Shuir, did Yun-mei really get hurt by this thing just now?
If my father doesn't believe it, we can find something to test it out.
S. Yu-hong immediately instructed someone to move a plate to the designated spot in S. Yu-musha's yard. He stood in the yard, casually holding a pistol, aiming and firing in one smooth motion, with several loud bangs of gunfire. All the bottles on the courtyard wall shattered in response.
Oh, Shuir, could you gift this to your father?
My father is unaware. It is not that I don't want to give it to you, but this thing recognizes its owner. It is useless to give it to someone else.
Oh, it is just an object. How could it possibly recognize its owner? Shuir, you are not pulling my leg, are you?
If the couple doesn't believe it, they can give it a try. After all, you just saw how I used it.
As a result of Su Hong's disbelief, he mimicked Su Mokshe and pulled the trigger. Yet no matter how hard he tried, this thing was lifeless in his hands, utterly silent. There wasn't a single reaction at all.
It was obviously used like this just now. Why isn't it working now? Could it be that this thing really recognizes its owner?
As Yu Mukshuo's lips curled slightly at the side. I heard that my mother took out insurance. It is truly bizarre that you can still use it. After tinkering for a long time, Su Hong had to admit the truth. This thing really recognizes its owner.
Shuir, make a list of your mother's dowries soon. I will have Aunt Zhao return them to you right away. But remember to buy me more of these guns. The more, the better. If the dowry isn't sufficient, I will compensate you later.
No problem. Then I'll prepare the dowry list for you later. And make sure to keep an eye on that foreign merchant's movements. After all, he doesn't come here often.
It won't take long. Please prepare the list as soon as possible. Once I have the list, I'll make sure he returns it to you right away.
As Yu Hong was worried about the businessman, he might sell this powerful weapon to someone else. He hurriedly urged S.U. Musha.
All right, thank you, Mother. However, it's already quite late, though Aunt Zhao's injury isn't life-threatening. If it's not treated soon, her arm might be permanently damaged.
After discussing serious matters, Su Mushui no longer wanted to engage in feigned politeness with Su Hong. She wanted him to leave with his men as soon as possible.
All right. Then you should get some rest early. I'll take my leave now.
As Yu Hong was also anxious to see the injuries caused by the pistol. He was curious about how severe the damage was. He wasn't keen on lingering too long. He left, carrying Zhao Yunmei with him. After moving to Ling Shuyuan, Su Mushi saw her status rise considerably. She sent someone to bring Madame Gui back. She received Zhang Hanyan's dowry list. Looking at the lengthy dowry list, it was filled with various precious items, rare treasures indeed. Listening to Madame Gui's introduction, this was a significant fortune, worth over 100,000 taels. No wonder Seo Hong hesitated to bring it out. As Yu Mukshi gazed at the treasures on the list, her mind raced with thoughts. Suddenly, she formulated a plan. She intended to seize these items first. Then, she would ask Su Shui for a dowry. She aimed to bring ruin upon the greedy Su Hong and Zhao Yunmei, to make them lose everything, and to lose their reputation. During the day, she practiced various skills in the yard. At night, she roamed the mansion in her night clothes. She gathered information about the location of the SU family storeroom, and the schedule of the guards on duty. Once she thoroughly figured out the location of the SU family storeroom, SU Muksho donned her night attire. She took the master key with her. Taking advantage of the quiet night, she stealthily avoided the guards of the Prime Minister's mansion. Quietly, she slipped into Su Hong's study. She moved aside a landscape painting, revealing a hidden compartment behind it. Using the master key, she opened the warehouse door and stepped inside. Mountains of gold, silver, and jewelry were piled up, almost blinding her eyes. Besides the gold and jewels, there were countless antiques and calligraphy pieces, alongside valuable items like precious furs. It could only be described as a treasure trove beyond measure. There was no exaggeration in this description. S.U. Muksho quickly stashed everything into her space. After ensuring that not even a pin was left behind, she finally left, feeling fulfilled. Stepping out of the warehouse, she saw it was still early. She then made her way to Zhao Yunmei's private storeroom. She swept everything inside clean. Even the private storeroom belonging to the absent Mrs. Su was not spared. Only after clearing out all the storerooms did she manage to evade the guards. She crept back to her room quietly. Unable to contain her excitement, she entered her space. She was eager to see the results of her hard work throughout the night. holding the gold, silver, and jewelry from the box. She grinned widely, her eyes almost disappearing in delight. I'm definitely going to get rich now, as she gazed at the treasure-laden storeroom. Song Shui decided to treat herself. She pulled out some jade accessories, exchanging them for virtual currency. She bought a comfortable large bed, and placed a jacuzzi in the bedroom she had chosen. From now on, she would have a nice place to unwind and enjoy baths whenever she had time. The next day, she took the dowry list she had copied from Madame Gui, and approached Sef Yu Hong's father.
This is my mother's dowry list. Please let me know when it can be prepared. My daughter has already reached an agreement with the merchant. Once the money arrives, he will give me the gun. In my daughter's opinion, it's better to settle this sooner than later, if someone else gets it first. That would be a huge loss.
As Yu Hong took the order and glanced over it, he was well aware that Zhang Hanyan had a substantial dowry. However, he didn't expect it to be as much as 100,000. If it weren't for his need to buy weapons, he would be reluctant to return this dowry to Su Muxue, although it hurts a bit. Thinking of his grand plans, he still instructed Su Muxue.
Oh, you need to keep him calm first. I'll have Yun Mei bring out the dowry right away.
Alright, I'll do my best.
Master of Furongyuan, you're here to visit me.
Yu Mei, what about Zhang Hanyan's dowry? Hurry up and have someone bring everything out. Let's celebrate. Return it to Shuer.
This fine master, why are you suddenly bringing this up?
As Yu Hong doesn't want others to know just yet about his purchase of weapons, he just made an excuse.
It is not so surprising. Didn't Shuer gather it all right away? Her mother's dowry should naturally be kept by her. Please have someone check it quickly, then return it to her. With so many items,
I can't gather everything at once. Maybe we should wait a bit longer.
Let's give it to the young lady after I've gathered enough.
Zhao Yunmei was reluctant to bring out the items. She was adopting a delay strategy. As Yu Maksho listened leisurely from outside, she remained silent. After all, Su Hong was now more anxious than she was. She could just quietly watch the drama unfold.
No, I must return the dowry to Shuer today. Otherwise, don't bother being the master of this house.
Seeing that Su Hong was truly angry, Zhao Yunmei had no choice but to reluctantly handed the key to Madame Fan for her to take people to the warehouse and move all of Zhang Hanyan's things out. So many things are gone in vain. Zhao Yunmei felt like a piece of meat was dug up in her heart, which was as uncomfortable. She didn't even bother about men anymore, and sat sulking on the side.
All right, don't be upset. I'll tell you the truth. Returning this dowry to him will be beneficial. Wait until the matter is settled. There is a lot of glory and wealth waiting for you. This mere property, I will double it for you at that time.
Zhao Yunmei is not a fool. Hearing Su Hong's explanation, I immediately understood. This dowry wasn't meant for Su Muxue. I immediately felt relieved.
After the matter is concluded, it will really be doubled for me.
Of course. When have I ever deceived you?
Not long after, Madame Fan's face turned pale. She stumbled in. Kneeling on the ground, she cried out in distress.
Madam.
Something's wrong. The items in the warehouse are missing. What do you mean they're missing? What things are missing?
Everything is gone. There isn't even a trace left. Are you saying everything in the warehouse is gone? Yes, madam. It is over.
Zhao Yunmei felt a whirlwind hit her. Her whole body went limp and fell to the ground.
Oh, madam.
Yunmei, Jade Plum. Jade Plum.
Seeing no response from the person in his arms, he quickly looked up and shouted to the servants.
Go fetch the doctor.
As Yu Muxue quietly turned her head and glanced at the people in the room. Due to sudden changes, it was chaotic at that moment. She adjusted the hem of her skirt. As Yu Muxue paced leisurely, she walked into the house to see the commotion. As Yu Hong noticed that he seemed completely unperturbed, he appeared utterly indifferent. This made him feel an anger simmering inside.
He blurted out, "What? Didn't you see your aunt faint? How can you be so unconcerned at a time like this?"
Yeah, I saw it. But why should I care? It's not like I was the one who made her faint. Besides, she is your aunt! It is not my problem. So why should I worry?
Su Masha. She is your elder. You should at least show some concern out of filial piety. How can you casually say something like that?
Su Ho, when you were born, did you mix up the positions of your brain and your behind? Should I remind you of something? I am the legitimate daughter of the Su family. I am the one in charge. Zhao Yunmei is just a bed warmer. A concubine. How is was she even considered an elder? To take a mere bed warmer as the elder of a legitimate daughter and expect the legitimate daughter to show her filial duty. You, as Prime Minister, are quite impressive. Should I promote this outside for you? Let the commoners outside see how refreshing the family values of the Prime Minister Su's family are. What are you and I to each other? Listen, So Hong, you are really getting on my nerves. Now I've changed my mind. I won't use my mother's dowry to buy you weapons anymore. You need to return every single penny of that dowry. And if you dare to shortchange me, I'll take it to the authorities. Let everyone see how your prestigious Prime Minister's mansion embezzles the dowry of the legal wife so disgracefully.
Su Muxiu's words brought Su Hong to his senses. He couldn't help but feel regret stirring inside. Why couldn't I control my temper just now?
I am sorry, Shuir. Oh, I was just too impatient as your father. So I spoke without thinking. Don't take it to heart.
Sorry, but that won't help. Then, what use is the constable? Don't say I am disregarding a woman's feelings. I'll give you 3 days. If you still can't return my mother's dowry to me, then I'll go to the Yamen to file a complaint. If the dowry isn't given to me in 3 days, I won't mind making the Prime Minister's mansion notorious throughout the capital.
After making the threat, Su Muxiu left without looking back. Su Hong watched her retreating figure. Unexpectedly, this defiant daughter showed no regard for familial affection. She turned against her family without hesitation. Thinking of her fearless nature that day, I am afraid only she can contain it now. Squinting his eyes, he instructed Madame Fan to call Su Miwei. Furong Courtyard. One day, Su Moshe took Lanner to Jingshifang to look at clothes. As they were discussing which dress looked better, a soft and timid voice rang in their ears.
Elder sister!
Su Moksha turned her head to look. It was Su Miwei, who had a delicate face. She looked very submissive. Standing there timidly, she greeted her. Anyone unaware of the situation would surely misunderstand her expression. At home, she often gets bullied by Sister D. That is why she is so scared when she sees Sister Dia. Su Muksha glanced at the expressions of the others in the store. Everyone was looking at her with peculiar gazes. It seems this was Su Miwei's intention. She wanted to pin a label on her with this. A bad reputation for bullying her half-sister.
I am pleased to hear that last year's harvest wasn't good on the farm. Father and mother. Who do you think father is with?
Su Mengwei was taken aback. She blurted it out.
Why did you hit me for no reason? Since you've said it again, I won't hit you anymore. You are sorry.
After Su Mushui said that, she slapped him several times. Su Mui's eyes were filled with stars. No dare to talk more. Covering his face, he went from fake crying to real crying.
The legitimate daughter of the Xiao mansion is too fierce. Treat the concubine's daughter like this outside. No abuse in the mansion is allowed.
Who said it wasn't? So good looking, yet the situation is so insane. A dignified young lady. What is the difference from a shrew in the marketplace?
To make others sympathize with her more, Su Miwei decided to add fuel to the fire.
Sister? In the past, you could bully your sister. That's fine. But in front of the public today, even if my sister intends to cover up for you, it is not acceptable anymore. But my sister still needs to advise you. Although you are the legitimate daughter, the future princess. But you shouldn't act like this. No matter the reason, hitting people indiscriminately is wrong. If this gets out, let the world know that the princess consort of Torii country is unreasonable. Acts without reasoning. How can the crown prince command respect in the future?
Su Miwei spoke in a lofty manner. Su Muksho sneered. Just as she was about to sheath her sword, an angry male voice came from outside.
Who said this prince married this uncultured woman as a concubine?
The people immediately knelt down when they saw the man. Only Su Mokshua and Lanner stood still. They stood out. Lander was a bit scared. He had intended to kneel down with them. But when he looked at his own Lady Rose, as his loyal follower, he couldn't show weakness. Of course.
Oh, fair. What happened to your face?
Who hit you?
His Highness she is caring. I am just a common girl, and I am fine. No one has harmed me.
It was you who hit him.
Yes, I did.
You wicked woman. How could you be so malicious?
You are nothing but a perverted scoundrel. What gives you the right to scold me here? As my fiancé, Faye! You shamelessly embraced my sister without a care. You even scolded him in public. I am his true fiancé. Those who know he's your sister. In-law. Those who don't know might think he's your fiancé. Ah, sister! How can you be so subtly insulting? The prince and I are completely innocent. You two seem quite innocent. Innocent enough that you might as well be one. If there were a bed here, I think you would end up together. It is a shame the place isn't equipped properly. Otherwise, you would have had that chance. What a pity! Otherwise, we could have witnessed a show. A free personal live show, no less.
Enough. Sayu Meshu. As the legitimate daughter of the Prime Minister's mansion, you speak such nonsense. Your behavior is erratic, and your words are vulgar. You clearly lack any upbringing.
Upbringing must suit the person. For dogs like you, can't even be called human? Talking about upbringing is simply absurd. It is downright insulting. There's certainly no need for it here.
Sayu Meshu. You slender and insult prince, Wei Yuban without any proof. This is nothing short of contempt for the royal family. If heaven doesn't teach you a lesson, you'll never learn your place, or how heavy the ground is.
Shuanyuan Jinshu is starting to label him. This is the first time someone has scolded him like this. He was so furious that he raised his sword, ready to stab Sunday Wushui. The onlookers watched in shock. They couldn't help but feel anxious for Sunday Wushui.
Teach me a lesson! You are not even close to being qualified.
After inhabiting this body, he drank water from the Lingquan River and exercised daily. It may still be a bit lacking compared to before, but dealing with Uncle Shuanyuan Jin, who is just an incompetent drunkard, is certainly not a problem for the prince. On the second floor, across from Jin Shufang, a tall and imposing figure sat in a private room, a handsome man with a jade-like complexion.
The woman whom Xuanxi beat and scolded is rumored to be the useless daughter of Su Hong.
Indeed, he is the master.
This is quite interesting.
Yes, it really is. Rumor has it that the eldest lady of the Prime Minister's mansion is talentless and without virtue. She's timid and cowardly, but today, seeing her confront and scold the prince, it has nothing to do with cowardice at all. Who spread such nonsense? Though, one part of the rumor is true. Observing the eldest lady's actions, she truly is talentless and without virtue. That much is clear.
Don't you think her behavior is quite vivid and interesting?
Interesting, indeed. Why is the master's perspective so unique? Could it be due to lingering effects of the poison?
Su Miwei saw the prince getting beaten, and immediately felt a surge of sympathy. She shouted at Shuanyuan Jinshu's guards.
Are you all dead? Didn't you see the prince being attacked? Aren't you going to help him?
I am sorry, Miss Su, but the Emperor has given orders. Before there is any threat to the prince's life,
We cannot act without permission. Sumuksha. That is enough. How dare you beat His Highness the Crown Prince like this? Aren't you afraid of being punished by your father when you return? Ouch! Didn't you claim to be pure and innocent? Then I hit my fiancé! Faye! Why are you so bothered about it? I'm worried you'll harm the prince. The Emperor will hold grudges. The Su family will be implicated. You needn't worry about this. I'll take responsibility for my own actions. It won't bring trouble to your Su family.
After Su Muxue finished speaking, she was going to hit Shuanyuan Jinshu again. Su Miwei became anxious. He reached out and tried to push Su Muxue's hand, but suddenly lost balance and fell to the ground, immediately clutching his stomach, his face turning pale in pain.
Fire, how are you feeling?
Your Highness, the Crown Prince. My stomach is in intense pain.
Fair. Don't worry. I'll take you to see a doctor immediately.
After Shuanyuan Jinshu finished speaking, he wanted to carry him away. At this moment, a middle-aged man carrying a medicine box emerged from the crowd.
I am a physician. If your Highness feels at ease, let me check Miss Su's pulse.
Your Highness! I can manage! Let's head home first and consult a trusted physician.
It appears Miss Su R doubts my medical skills. That is why she is refusing my diagnosis.
Su Miwei bit his lip and remained silent. Clearly, that's what it implies.
Your Highness, the Crown Prince, I am Yin. I am known as Leng Kanghai, the Master of Medicine King Valley. He is my mentor. You can trust my medical skills.
Wow! I never expected Dr. Yin to be the disciple of the Lord of Medicine King Valley. This physician from Medicine King Valley. How many high-ranking officials seek treatment but in vain? Even with a fortune, they can't secure medical attention. This Su Yue actually looks down on others' medical skills. It is truly laughable.
That is right. There is a doctor now, and he won't treat it. He insisted on going back to his house. Is he pretending?
Oh, fair. Don't be willful. Let Dr. Yin give you treatment.
Seeing him angry, Su Miwei dared not be willful anymore. She had to extend her arm to the doctor.
Dr. Yin, please.
Dr. Yin squatted down. He stretched out his finger and put it on Su Miwei's wrist. He began taking the pulse carefully. He withdrew his hand within a quarter of an hour. He said to His Highness, the Crown Prince.
Report to His Highness, the Crown Prince. Miss Siu, this is a 2-month pregnancy. I just got angry. Just take 2 doses of protective medicine. But in this past month, it is still better to avoid sex as much as possible.
Dr. Yin's revelation. The prince was stunned at first. Obviously, he did not expect this result. Then, his face turned dark as he stared fiercely at Su Miwei.
What? You didn't take the medicine afterwards?
Your Highness, please listen to my explanation.
The others were completely shocked by this scene. This Su Miwei actually had private matters with the prince.
You'd better give me a perfect explanation.
After saying that, I wanted to leave.
Wait!
Su Mukshu, what else do you want?
What do I want? Your Highness, what you said is unreasonable. I was originally choosing fabrics with my maid. It was your woman who came looking for trouble with me. And then, you wanted to defend your sweetheart, wanting to discipline me without reason. If it weren't for me having some self-defense skills, I might not just be bruised and swollen right now, but I might have even lost my life. I almost lost my life! They are generous. They don't want your money as compensation. Listening to me saying a few words isn't too much. People always say, don't wash your dirty linen in public. But the truth is, it is my dear sister who loves to slander me. That is why she does it. I want to share how I've lived these years. Let me tell you all. I believe after hearing, everyone will be able to see the truth. Just give me back my innocence. Sister, we are family. It is better to keep some words behind closed doors. Why make such a fuss? When you were slandering me, why didn't you think that we are family? But now, I've made up my mind. I won't let myself be wronged anymore. That is why today, I am going to tell it all. I believe everyone's eyes are sharp and know who is right and who is wrong. Su Miwen, you've always loved competing with me since we were young. As kids, it was about food, clothes, and fun. As we grew up, it is about grabbing the yard or possessions. Since Song Zhao arrived, you push me, the legitimate daughter, to a dilapidated yard where not even the servants stay, leaving me hungry and cold, afraid to touch my mother's dowry. Now even my fiancé has been stolen away. Then, cunningly bore his child. Me.
Everyone saw his sorrowful expression, and cried sympathetically, afraid to insult the future emperor. So they started blaming Aunt Zhao and Su Miwei. Even Prime Minister Su was dragged into it, accusing him of being heartless and unfaithful, letting the concubine mistreat them. But the legitimate daughter did nothing. Su Muksha looked at her stepsister's ugly face. She chuckled to herself, just putting on a show of innocence.
Right.
Who wouldn't?
Thank you all for giving me justice. But remember, I am still the elder sister. Now, since my sister and the prince are in love, and they have even conceived his child, as the legitimate daughter of the Prime Minister's mansion, I have my pride as well. I don't wish to interfere in their relationship, to be merely a name with no substance, a princess who cannot receive her husband's affections. So I plan to go to the emperor right now, to ask him to annul this marriage. Let me withdraw, to allow my sister and the prince to be together. I wish them eternal happiness.
Everyone who heard him say this, all voiced their support in unison. A girl loudly proclaimed, Miss Su.
It is right to annul the marriage. You are such a wonderful person. You will surely find someone who wholeheartedly cherishes you as a husband. This lady! Thank you for your kind wishes. I feel the same way. Miss Su smiles so beautifully. Much more attractive than that lady. Miss...
When the time comes, you can dissolve the engagement and even ask for compensation.
Thank you for your reminder. But we will be family from now on. I don't want my father to be put in a difficult position. If only father and my stepmother can return my mother's dowry to me, so that I have some security. Life won't be too hard from then on. That would be just fine!
Now, seeing Su Mukshui putting herself at a disadvantage, willing to ask the emperor to annul the engagement without holding grudges, just to make room for her sister, I can't help but feel more sympathy for her. The reputation of the Su family and the prince has been thoroughly ruined. In contrast, Su Mukshui's reputation soared. He is no longer considered a useless person in everyone's eyes. Instead, he has become a pitiful victim of family abuse.
Miss Yu, I'd like to accompany you. If anything happens, I could provide a witness.
Miss Su, my name is Gu Luo.
My father is a censor. Although his position isn't very high, he is a man of integrity. He can make his voice heard in court.
I'll testify alongside you as well.
My name is Nanyan. My father is the current Prime Minister. I can also serve as a witness for you.
Her father and Prime Minister Su have always been at odds. He has always been eager to wade into muddy waters. First, Dr. Yin Wenhao stepped forward. Then, these two official young ladies also stood up. All of them mentioned they would testify for Sumoshe to help her break free from this unfortunate engagement. The goodwill of the three made it hard for Sumoshe to refuse their offer. I didn't expect that feigning weakness would be so effective. No wonder Zhao Yunmei and her daughter often love to put on an act. I have to admit, this feeling is quite nice. It seems that in the future, we must not always show off our strength. We need to learn to show weakness when it's necessary. Everyone was a bit dumbfounded as they stepped outside. Although Nanyan and the others are Miss Guan, they typically enter the palace with their fathers and brothers. This time, no one is leading them. How will they get in? Just as everyone was exchanging glances, a luxurious carriage approached. It had distinct joints,
Displaying a proud face.
A fairy tale that never fades.
It's you, pretending to be you. All of youth is you.
Become my perfect game.
As you, Masha, do you know King Jin? I don't know him. I've heard that the prince is naturally aloof, making him hard to approach. Since you don't know each other, then why did he offer to help you today? Is it possible that he has taken a liking to you? Maybe he really has. After all, who could resist someone who looks so good?
Nan Yanxing thought to herself that this person is quite thick-skinned, but he enjoys it. He has decided that Su Mushe will be his friend from now on.
Mangshui, do you want to ride with the prince? Can you find someone to take me to the palace now?
Not really.
Then it seems that my only option is to ride with him. There doesn't seem to be another choice. That's true. But since you didn't know him before, aren't you afraid he might have ulterior motives along the way?
Su Moksha glanced up at the handsome man in the carriage again. Their eyes met just as he looked over.
He's so handsome. Even if he had ulterior motives, I wouldn't lose out. Besides, who knows who will be taking advantage of whom? If anyone should be worried, it should be him.
Xuanxi couldn't help but examine his master, imagining him pinned under Miss Su. A scene of mischief. That image is too beautiful to contemplate. Shuan Yuanjin shot him a sidelong glance.
Rein in your gaze. Aside from helping with the carriage outside.
Understood. I'll take my leave now. I'll leave you two some space. And I won't let anyone disturb you.
Shuan Yuanjin thought to himself, you really don't understand anything.
Miss Su, please get in the carriage quickly. The Emperor will be taking a morning break soon. Even the Prince won't be able to see him after that.
Then, thank you. King Jin, does Mushu need me to accompany you?
My master only invited Miss Su. Miss Nan, you should take your own carriage.
Nanyan, I'm fine. You should just take your own carriage. We'll meet at the palace gate later.
Say goodbye to Nanyan and get into the man's carriage. It was only then that Sumushi realized. This carriage is actually made of premium golden Namu wood. Inside, it is adorned with intricate dragon and phoenix carvings. The craftsmanship is extraordinarily exquisite.
You really are quite attractive.
You truly have good taste. I think so too.
Shuan Yuanjin is not someone who talks much. His silence was prolonged after Sumushi's words caught him off guard. Seeing he had no intention of speaking, she attempted to break the silence and change the subject.
Even if Xiu Miwei is pregnant, it wouldn't affect your position as the crown princess. Why must you break off the engagement with Uncle Xuanjing?
I have a bit of an obsession with cleanliness. I can't accept the idea of my man having other women. If he were to be with someone else, then I'd rather throw him away.
Flash.
If that is how you want to interpret it, that is fine.
Su Maksho doesn't mind the reputation of being jealous. What is wrong with just being jealous?
Not only am I jealous, I am also quite ruthless. If my husband dares to cheat in the future, I wouldn't mind cutting off his and feeding it to the dog.
Xuan Yuan listened to her speak this way. Feeling an inexplicable chill in his nether regions, he instinctively closed his legs. He thought, is the cold poison acting up again? The two fell into another awkward silence. Xiu Mukshu scrutinized him carefully. It was then she noticed how pale his face was. His lips, though attractive, lacked any color. A vague suspicion stirred in her mind. She pulled the man's hand directly and checked his pulse.
Thank you. But there is no need to bother yourself with it. My body cannot be healed.
Over the years, he has seen countless doctors. Not a single one could relieve his cold poison.
Shut up! Don't disturb me anymore. Otherwise, watch out, or I'll hit you.
Dong Mokshu dislikes dealing with people who can't handle situations. She particularly hates those who give up on themselves. So her tone was rather harsh. Looking at the woman's serious face, somehow, she felt no anger at all. In fact, she found her somewhat endearing. As Yu Mokshu told her to shut up, and Xuan Yuanjun really fell silent. Bored and idle, she began to quietly observe the girl in front of her. A perfectly oval face, with brows like distant mountains, almond-shaped eyes and peachy cheeks. Her long, drooping eyelashes shaded her eyes like fans, concealing the allure of her gaze. Below her delicate yet strong nose, her lips were naturally rosy and cherry. Like she was indeed a stunning beauty who could captivate a nation.
Do you think she is beautiful?
Very beautiful.
He blurted out, looking up to meet the woman's delicate gaze. His face instantly flushed with heat.
So, have you figured out what illness I have?
You're not just ill. You're poisoned. And it is a powerful cold poison at that.
Xuan Yuanjun looked at the woman in surprise, having thought that she could only know a little at her young age. He didn't expect her to actually diagnose his physical ailment.
That was indeed surprising. If I were to tell you, I can cure your cold poison, wouldn't that be even more shocking?
If Misu can relieve my cold poison, as long as Xuan Yuanjin lives, my subordinates and I will guarantee your safety for a day. I will never break my promise.
Okay, it's settled then. Your poison is affecting me now.
With a man's promise, as Yu Mokshu naturally took it more seriously. After a moment of thought, she added,
But it looks like this poison has been in you for quite some time. It cannot be resolved in a day.
As long as it can be solved, I could spend 5 or even 10 years if necessary.
It won't take that long though. At most, it will take a year or so. I will definitely be able to cure your poison.
Hearing his resolute words, Xuan Yuanjun felt a renewed sense of hope. The two of them discussed the subsequent treatment. Before long, they arrived at the palace gate. With Xuan Yuanjin's token, the guards checked them, confirming they were harmless and defenseless. They were allowed to enter smoothly.
The emperor has arrived.
Everyone heard the proclamation, and quickly knelt down in unison. They shouted in unison, "Long live the emperor! Long live! Long live!" In an instant, the entire hall of officials was filled with excitement, except for Xuan Yuanjun, who remained standing, and the outlier, Yu Mokshu. She lived in an era of equality, and strongly opposed the ancient practice of kneeling. She found it very unacceptable, nor would she follow suit, not even when facing an emperor. So when the emperor appeared, she initially intended to greet him with a handshake, but she was too far away to reach him, so she could only raise her hand in a gesture of respect. She called out, "Good night, your majesty."
You wicked girl, why don't you quickly kneel and apologize to the emperor?
May I ask Prime Minister Su? What offense have I committed that requires an apology?
As Yu Hong feared he would lose his temper again, leading to an awkward situation. So he softened his tone and said, "Mokshui, be obedient."
Commoners do not kneel before the emperor, and this is a serious offense. Kneel and ask his majesty for forgiveness. It's too late for a father. Even the prime minister cannot protect you now.
Nanny, this must be the funniest thing I've ever heard. I've heard the best jokes ever. In this court, the one who wants me dead the most. I suppose it is you, Su Hong, isn't it?
Oh, Mokshu, we are father and daughter. How could a father wish for his daughter to die?
As Yu Hong, I am not an idiot. Your current demeanor is just a show of loyalty to the emperor. You want him not to take his anger out on you, and not hold Su Fu responsible. Deep down inside you, you probably wish for me to be executed by the emperor right away. This way, you could easily claim all of my mother's dowry.
Oh, really?
You must be Su Mokshu.
Indeed, I am Su Mokshu.
This is the Ministry of Personnel. It is not a place for you to act unruly. If you keep this up, do you believe it? I'll throw you into prison right now.
Old man Shuanyuan, your double standards are getting out of hand. Maybe you should open a double standard supermarket for yourself. On one side, sell leniency, and on the other, sell harshness. Distribute them as needed to different people.
The chief eunuch Zhang Dihai saw his master, and was furious, jumping out to scold loudly.
How dare you speak to the emperor like that?
Hamfish, a chicken feather stuck on a bat's head. What kind of bird are you? Anyway, this palace looks quite nice. But why is it filled with garbage? 9. Prince, I suggest you visit the palace less often in the future, to avoid getting associated with its stench.
As Yu Mokshu's words made Xuanyuan and Zhang Dihai, who had been offended, all felt insulted. Xuan Yuanlong felt his authority was being challenged, with a murderous intent brewing inside. He shouted outside for help.
Bring me his head.
This woman first insulted his esteemed prince, and now she is being disrespectful to him. Such people don't deserve to live in this world.
Your Majesty, Mrs. Su is merely speaking her mind. If her crime isn't worthy of death, I ask for your forgiveness. Your Majesty.
What if I choose not to?
Then you'll have to step over Chen's body first.
Do you think I am afraid?
As for this ninth brother with exceptional abilities, Xuan Yuanlong had long intended to eliminate him. Initially, the concern was that he is a god of war, fearing that he might die too soon and raise suspicion among the people. So I secretly enlisted someone to administer the supreme cold poison to him. I want him to suffer until death. Now he seems eager to die early. So why not grant him that? The guard received his message. He raised his sword and advanced towards the two of them. Xuan Yuanjin pulled Su Moshe to his side. He gently said to Miss Su,
Swords have no eyes. Stay behind me for now. I'll do my best to keep you safe.
We met by coincidence. Why do you want to help me?
Because you said you can cure the poison. So helping you is like helping myself.
That reasoning makes some sense. Su Moshe believed him. However, she is not someone who, when faced with a situation, merely hides behind others. Since she is bold enough to provoke the emperor, she must have the ability to escape unscathed. If all else fails, she could just hide in another space. Pull off a disappearing act. Scare these ancient folks to death.
Dealing with these minions, there is no need for you to lift a finger.
As he spoke, he used his wide sleeves to create some cover. He pulled out a revolver from within. He aimed at the guards surrounding them and shot. Bang! 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 Several elite guards didn't even have a chance to close in. They were taken down instantly.
Quick! Protect the convoy.
The entire study was thrown into chaos. Everyone looked in horror at the chaotic scene of corpses on the ground, fearing that the next one lying on the ground would be themselves.
Can old man Xuan Yuan finally speak properly now?
W, what do you want to say?
I have two things to discuss with you today. The first is to annul the engagement with this useless prince. Xuan Yuanjin said, as my fiancé, he is gone and gotten my Shumei pregnant. It has severely tarnished my personal reputation and spirit. So he owes me 300,000 taels for damages to my reputation and for emotional distress.
Oh, Maxiu, this is outright blackmail. Don't even think about it.
You think I'll give you a single tael of silver?
I am just here to extort you. So, what is it going to be? Pay up, or pick your own demise.
After all, he is already offended both the emperor and the prince. I might as well offend him more brutally.
You dare.
Uncle Xuan Yuanjin is convinced that he is the crown prince. No matter what, Su Moshe wouldn't dare kill herself. Little did he know, that woman couldn't talk at all. She raised her pistol, barely aiming, and shot it straight at him. The bullet went through Uncle Xuan Yuanjin's crown, and he felt a sudden looseness on his head. The crown fell to the ground, making a sharp clattering sound. Uncle Xuan Yuanjin screamed in shock, suddenly feeling warmth in his trousers. He was so scared, he almost peed himself.
With such little courage, you dare to shout at me. This time, I'll only punish you by shooting your crown. Next time, it'll be your head.
Seeing him fall silent, Su Moshe finally turned her head, looking at Xuan Yuanlong, who wore a gloomy expression, smiling with apparent kindness.
Your Majesty, do you think this 300,000 should be given or not?
It should be given.
Xuan Yuanlong held back, wanting to tear Su Mushu's heart apart. He gritted his teeth and forced out two words through clenched jaws. I still haven't figured it out. Su Moshe wields a powerful weapon in her hand. What exactly is it? He didn't dare to act rashly at all.
Now, as for the second matter, it is asking your Majesty to allow Su Hong to return my mother's dowry of 100,000 taels and give it all back to me. Additionally, he has allowed his concubine to mistreat his legitimate daughter for years. As punishment, he should also compensate me with an additional 100,000 taels of silver.
Xuan Yuanlong harbored resentment towards Su Hong as well. After all, the one who threatens him now is a Siu family girl. How could he not feel irritated about that? So, if it makes Su Hong unhappy, he would be glad to see it happen. So without thinking twice, he agreed to Su Mokshi's request. But these hundreds of thousands of taels are not an insignificant amount. In order to get the prince and the Siu family to come up with the funds, Xuan Yuanlong proposed a period of half a month. Su Moksho readily agreed. Xuan Yuanlong issued an edict before everyone. The engagement between Xuan Yuanjinshu and Su Mushu was annulled. He cast a glance at Su Miwei, who was secretly pleased. Perhaps it was due to his discontent with Su Mokshe. It extended to his dislike of this too. The Su family's illegitimate daughter, who appeared untrustworthy. However, she was already pregnant with royal blood. Thus, he directly ordered her to become the prince's concubine. Su Muwei listened to the decree. His face suddenly went pale. He nearly collapsed to the ground. He never expected that, after all his careful planning, he wouldn't even end up with a concubine. Instead, he only got the lowest rank of concubine. When Xuanyuan Long saw he had not yet knelt to accept the decree and express gratitude, his anger flared up. His face was so dark it could almost squeeze out water.
Your Majesty, it is an honor for Wyatt to be the prince's concubine. She must be overjoyed right now. The old minister brought his daughter to thank his Majesty for his grace.
After saying that, he leaned in to remind her softly.
Wyatt should quickly express her gratitude.
If she is a concubine, then so be it. As long as she bears a son, then she can gain power through her son. Then, she can use her charm to attract men. It may not be impossible for her to rise to the rank of consort. Thinking of this, Su Muwei quickly knelt down and thanked him.
Your Majesty, I take my leave. Me says you've had a falling out with Prime Minister Su now. And you've gone and offended the Emperor. The days ahead may be fraught with danger. Have you thought about how to protect yourself?
I haven't thought about it. It is just a matter of dealing with whatever comes my way.
Me says I have a suggestion. Let me know what you think.
What's the proposal? Please, don't hesitate to share. My lord.
Before entering the palace, you mentioned you could cure my cold poison, but it would take time. How about you come and stay at the palace from today, as long as you help me detoxify? I will ensure your safety. What do you think?
As Yu Moksha thought for a moment, she immediately understood that Xuanyuan Jin was doing it for her own good. He wanted to use his power to protect her.
Why are you being so kind to me? Don't tell me it is just because of the detox.
To be honest, it started out of curiosity. I wanted to know what kind of girl you were. Who would dare to beat the prince in public? And who would openly propose to break the engagement? Later, it was because you said you could help me detoxify. I've been tortured by it for over 2 years. If there's a glimmer of hope, I certainly don't want to let it slip away. And it's because you and I share a common enemy.
A common enemy? You mean the Emperor?
Do you know who poisoned me?
I'd wager it was the Emperor.
How did you figure that out?
It's not hard to guess. You're from the Xuanyuan family, and you're a renowned war god in the Eastern Li Kingdom. Your achievements overshadow those above you. Naturally, that will arouse the suspicion of those in power. They'd love to get rid of you as soon as possible.
Xuanyuan Jin is still very young. It would be odd for the Emperor to sleep soundly with someone so prestigious around.
Miss you are quite perceptive. Unfortunately, Uncle Xuanyuan Jin is blind to it. He's missed out on such a remarkable woman like you.
I can't say if that scumbag is busy or not. All I know is that he's not my type.
Xuanyuan Jin suddenly wanted to ask, what kind of person is your type? But he felt that this topic might be too forward, so he decided to hold back. He then resumed their earlier conversation.
Mrs. Yu, please consider my proposal. As long as you come to the Jingwang mansion, my subordinates and I will serve you at your command. You'll hear no complaints from us.
These words made Su Makshi somewhat intrigued. No matter how strong he is, he fights alone. There will always be areas he can't cover. If she could get Xuanyuan Jin's help, along with his subordinates, she would be much more efficient in her endeavors.
What you said is true. No matter what I do, I expect to be able to command them.
Of course. Except for betraying Dongli Kingdom. Because I don't want the citizens to suffer.
I only wish to protect the people.
Certainly. I have always defended the citizens of Dongli Kingdom. I hope they don't live in turmoil, but lead a peaceful life.
You are a good prince. No wonder the people adore you. Captains will be wary. They would wish you dead. Have you ever considered becoming the ruler of Dongli country? That way, you could better protect your subjects.
Su Moksha's question was very straightforward. From today's interactions, and considering the poisoning of Xuanyuan Jin, the Emperor of Dongli Kingdom is clearly incompetent and cruelly malicious. A leader should be skilled and virtuous, but he is not.
If civil strife were to break out, the people would still suffer.
Su Moksha understands this well. It seems it is not that he doesn't want to, but that he doesn't want the country to be thrown into chaos. The people are suffering, as long as he is not the one among the suffering. Then, going to the palace with him isn't out of the question.
I agree to go to the palace with you, but we need to agree on a few things first. I am not one for being constrained, and I also dislike trouble. You must prepare a separate courtyard for me. Most importantly, keep your women away from me. Do not disturb me.
Don't worry. I won't restrict any of your actions. I will also prepare a separate yard for you. And my backyard. Except for the maid servicing it, there won't be any other women. If the servants dare to disrespect you, feel free to deal with them immediately. No need to consult me.
You look like you are in your 20s. There isn't a single woman around. That can't be right, can it?
In modern times, being in your 20s is nothing. But this is ancient times. Don't children already start school by this age? He couldn't think of another reason, except for that he wasn't able to.
Miss SU, rest assured, I am quite capable.
I am sorry. That is not what I meant. I just thought you looked so handsome and charming. It doesn't seem likely that no girl would find you appealing.
I spent many years on the battlefield. Unintentional marriage. I've been plagued by the cold poison again over the past 2 years. I don't know when I might die. So I don't want to burden anyone else.
So, that's how it is. Don't worry. I will definitely cure your cold poison. I'll make sure you're lively and energetic. You'll be able to marry as many as 10 or 8 in the future. Having 7 encounters in one night will be no problem at all.
Since Asyu Moksha has decided to go to the Jinwang mansion with Xuan Yuanjin, she doesn't want to stay in the Prime Minister's mansion any longer. She went back to ask Madame Gui for her opinion. She knew that Madame Gu wanted to return to reunite with her son, so she directly returned the contract to her. She also gave her some silver, assuring Madame Gui that she would have no worries about her livelihood in the future. Only then did she send her off. Then she took Lanner and got into Xuan Yuanjin's carriage. They left without looking back. Back at the palace, Xuan Yuanjin personally selected a courtyard for Xiu Mushe. It's the fencing garden next to Kensong Pavilion.
You don't want anyone from outside too. Know about your detoxification efforts.
Yes, if the Emperor found out that my cold poison could be cured, I don't know what methods he might use to harm me. Although I'm not afraid. It would certainly be quite troublesome, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. During your treatment, I also don't want anyone to disturb me.
Don't worry. While my palace isn't impenetrable, it's not a place just anyone can enter.
If his defenses were even a little weaker, he wouldn't have made it this far. Xuan Yuanjin took Xiao Shui with him for a stroll around the yard. Then he sent her back to Fencing Garden to rest. Returning to Kensong Pavilion, he summoned the housekeeper. He instructed him to personally select some suitable people to serve Miss Suf at Fencing Pavilion, and asked him to relay the message further. No one in the royal palace is allowed to be negligent, a distinguished guest at Fencing Yuan. Those who disobey will be executed.
This is the blood stasis caused by the accumulation of cold poison in the body. You should feel a bit lighter now. Right?
I do feel that my chest isn't as heavy anymore. Thank you, Miu Xue.
No need to thank me. It is only the first day. It will improve day by day from now on. Miss, are you feeling alright? Is something wrong? The concierge has come to report that someone from the Prime Minister's mansion has arrived. They said that the Prime Minister is asking for you to return. Xiao Hong wants me to go back. Miss, should we go back? Of course not. Tell the concierge to send them away. I'll go speak to the concierge right now.
In the days that follow, I'll take baths and undergo acupuncture every day. During this time, individuals from the Prime Minister's mansion came a few more times. They want Su Moksha to return. At first, Su Moksha didn't take it seriously. But after multiple visits, she began to feel suspicious. On this day, the truth was almost lost. I heard that the people from the Prime Minister's mansion are here again. This time, even Xuan Yuanjin felt that something was off.
The Prime Minister's mansion has come again and again to ask you to return. What could their purpose be?
I don't know anything about it. All I know is that they must be up to no good. They're here to greet me like a weasel visiting a hen. Their intentions are clearly not good.
If you don't mind, I'll have someone look into it to find out why they want you back. Then, we can come up with a solution.
Then, I really appreciate it. Jing.
Oh.
No need to mention it between friends.
She turned back to instruct Xuan Ce.
Go find Xuanwu and ask him, what is the Prime Minister's mansion's purpose in wanting Miu Shui to return? We need to be quick.
Xuan Ce accepted the order and left. Xuan Yuanjin asked Xiu Mushe again.
I heard that the person here to see you today is your half brother Suyu. Do you want to meet him?
Of course I want to see him.
Not just to see him. He actually wants to confront someone. These past few days, the Su family has been sending people daily to annoy him. They are also spreading slander about him outside, saying that he disregards ethics, righteousness, integrity, and shame. They claim he moved into Prince Jin's mansion to seduce Xuan Yuanjin. A few days ago, he was busy expelling poison for Xuan Yuanjin. At crucial moments, he doesn't have time for these lowlifes. Su Moksha arrived at the door with Lanner. Su Yu saw her and began his act. He pretended to be sincere and earnest.
He said, Sister Di, you finally came out. Come home with me quickly.
Home? Where's my home?
Oh, DJ. You are confused. Your home is definitely the Prime Minister's mansion. You've done your best, even if the Crown Prince doesn't want you. You can't just give up like that. How could a young woman act so shamelessly? Isn't it a disgrace-free reputation to spread to a man's household? Wouldn't that just be a laughingstock? Come home with me quickly. Everyone is worried about you. Your grandmother is coming back. She's been so upset about you that she has fallen ill.
Su appeared to be concerned for his legitimate sister, but his words implied otherwise. He was calling her an unwanted destitute, shameless, losing face in front of elders. Every word was aimed at destroying her reputation.
Can I ask how many skins you Su family members have? I see you have layers upon layers of skin. It probably wouldn't matter if a few layers were missing. Did you remember what I said? The one who had an affair with his fiancée's sister. He is also the scumbag involved in that robbery case. I wouldn't take it even if it were given to me for free. So, I kicked him out. Let him go and keep company with trash. As for shamelessness, who can compare to your sister, Su Miwei? She is secretly seducing her future brother-in-law. She is eager to offer herself and keep him warm. She went through so much just to have a child, and all she got was the title of a concubine. If we're talking about being cheap, that takes the cake. I bet my grandmother is furious, and it is all because of Su Miwei. She couldn't even wait before climbing into a man's bed. I guess she really learned well from Aunt Zhao.
I am going back to report this to Grandma. Let him teach you a lesson for being such an unfilial daughter, who doesn't protect the Su family's reputation.
Su was infuriated. She said viciously, ready to go back to Su mansion to complain.
Since you are going to complain, how can you do it just by talking? Let me add a little practicality to this.
Su Muksho curled her lip. She flashed a wicked smile. A bad premonition suddenly crossed Su's mind.
What do you want to do? What do I want? Of course, I want to beat you up.
Su Muksho said, and grabbed her collar, performing a beautiful shoulder throw. Then, she rained punches down on the boy. She targeted all the most painful spots. This Su, though not yet 15, relies on being the only son of the Su family, and the doting of elder Lady Su and Su Heng. In the past, he would bully Yuan Shen, and he certainly had plenty of tricks up his sleeve. Beating Yuan Shen to vent his anger, pushing Yuan Shen into the water, causing him to nearly die of fever. He even poured out Yuan Shen's meal, forcing him to eat dog food and such. After a round of punches and kicks, Su Muksho grabbed one of Su's legs. She pulled it backward with all her force, and snapped it straight in two. A villain like that deserves to become disabled, and he shouldn't be able to go out and harm others anymore. Su was already gasping for breath from the beating. He could barely exhale. Now that his leg is broken, he can't even cry out.
Alright, take your family's trash back with you. Be sure to tell Su Heng. If you bother me again, it won't just be a broken leg. It'll be something deadly.
Sifu's servants didn't dare to say anything more. They lifted Su, who was in a coma, and ran home. Su Muksho ignored the gazes of those around her. She simply turned and headed back to the Jingwang mansion. Xuan Yuanjing was already aware of the situation outside. Seeing her return, he stepped forward with a smile to greet her.
If you ever have this kind of strength again, just leave it to the immortals. Don't hurt your hands.
Xuan Xi's jaw dropped in disbelief. Did he just see a ghost? How could Miss Selfie be killing someone? It felt like his own master handed her the knife.
This kind of scoundrel abuse is best done by oneself. Why leave it to others?
That makes a lot of sense. Next time you're abusing someone, I'll join you. I haven't practiced in the last 2 years. I feel like my skills have become rusty.
Don't you think I'm quite brutal?
What's wrong with that? Being merciful to enemies is simply cruel to oneself. If I were Suyu just now, he wouldn't think of standing and talking again in this lifetime.
I didn't expect, sister, that you would be even more cruel than me. But I like it. I'll definitely call you next time something like this happens.
You just put in a lot of effort. You must be hungry now. Go ahead and eat some Baiwa crisp to tide you over.
Thank you, Jing. The pastries from your house. This Baiwa crisp is my favorite. Crispy and flaky, with a floral aroma and sweetness. It's especially delicious.
Haha.
If it's good, make sure to eat more.
Xuan Yuanjin smiled gently. He shifted the pastry closer to him again.
You should eat too.
Su Muksho noticed he hadn't moved. She picked up a piece from the plate and offered it to him. Xuan Yuanjin took it and elegantly took a bite.
How is it delicious? Right.
Yes, it really is good.
Xuan Yuanjin nodded in agreement. He usually didn't enjoy this kind of sweet food, but at that moment, he found the piece in his mouth particularly sweet. The two chatted while they ate. The atmosphere was quite warm, in contrast to the harmony at King Jin's mansion. The situation at the Su mansion was much more miserable. Zhao Yumei looked at her son, who was carried back, beaten and swollen. She cried out, nearly breathless. Although Su Heng wasn't as exaggerated, His face was twisted in anger. Upon hearing the doctor say her son's legs were ruined, Zhao Yunmei screamed.
My son's life is so hard.
He rolled his eyes and fainted completely. As Yu Hong quickly called the doctor to examine him. They said it was due to a fit of anger. Just let him rest for a while. As Yu Hong took Zhao Yunmei back to their room to rest. With red eyes, he asked the doctor,
Is my son really beyond help? Returning to the Prime Minister. The young master's leg bones are completely shattered. I have limited knowledge and skills. It might be better for you to go to the palace and consult the imperial physician. Maybe there will be a glimmer of hope.
As Yu Hong had no choice but to send someone to fetch the doctor. He hurriedly rushed to the palace himself. The imperial physician arrived at the Xiu mansion. After some examination and treatment, the diagnosis matched that of the previous doctor, Zhao Yunmei, who had just regained consciousness, suddenly fainted again. Upon hearing the doctor's words, as Yu Hong felt that all hope had vanished, fury surged within him, causing him to spit blood. In his rage, he nearly collapsed to the ground.
That rebellious girl, Su Mushu. I must make her pay with her life.
What has happened to my good grandson? Hunger.
Ah, mother. What brings you here?
I heard that my good grandson was beaten by that damned Sumashu.
And none of you came to explain the situation. I'm feeling anxious in my heart.
How is Xiao Yu doing? You must tell me.
Yu Yi said.
What did Yu Yi say?
Don't beat around the bush.
Just to say it.
Yu Yi said that Xiao Yu's legs are beyond repair.
Upon hearing this, Xiu Hong was in tears. He was already nearing his 40s. He had only this one grandson. Now he has been ruined by an unfilial daughter. How could he not feel heartbroken? Mrs. Xiu felt faint upon hearing that her grandson's legs were useless. Suddenly, she felt dizzy. Her legs gave way beneath her.
Ah! Old lady.
The maid and Xiu Hong quickly supported her and shouted. Then helped her to the nearest chair to sit down.
My poor Xiao Yu. Oh, my tender-hearted child. That damned Sao Mokshu. How could she be so ruthless to her own brother? Oh, this is truly unbearable.
Mrs. Su lamented for a moment, before finally calming down. Her old face was etched with anger. She turned to her son and said, Hunger, that wicked Sao Mokshu. Now I've heard Xiao Yu. What do you plan to do?
Mother, I've already thought this through.
What are your plans? If it's resolved,
I still won't agree. Such a vicious and unfilial daughter.
She deserves to die. As Yu Hong ordered all the servants to leave. Then he revealed his plan with the emperor to his mother. Finally, he sighed and said, Sigh.
It is this wicked girl. No matter how I call, she won't come back. And now, she is entangled in my daughter's affairs.
This can be handled easily.
You can send someone to invite him again. Tell him his grandmother is on her deathbed. As his granddaughter, she should return to fulfill her filial duties. If he still doesn't come, then have me carried to the gate of the Jin Prince's mansion. Let's see if Prince Jin will take him in. People like this, unfaithful and unfilial.
My son will have it done by tomorrow.
The conspiracy of the Xuanwu generals in the Qin Prince's mansion against the Su family is told to Su Mushe and Xuan Yuanjin word for word. Upon hearing that Su Hong conspired with the emperor to poison her, Su Moksha was so infuriated that she laughed, her heart filled with sympathy. With a father like Su Hong, no wonder his life is so miserable.
Mushu, just feel at ease here. If your grandmother comes over, I'll step in to deal with him on your behalf. We won't return to the Prime Minister's mansion.
But I want to return to Achin's Prime Minister's mansion. But how do we get back? That's something I'll decide.
What do you want to do? Just let me know if you need my help.
Of course. I can't do this without your help. You will be here.
Su Moksha leaned in close to Xuan Yuanjin's ear. Make your own plan. Shared it with the man.
All right, I will make sure to handle it for you then.
The next day, when the Su family sent someone over again to bring Su Moksha back, the butler of the royal mansion came in person this time. He loudly informed the Su family in front of the onlookers, saying that the prince had given his orders. Su Moksha is a distinguished guest of the royal mansion. The prime minister's mansion can let Miss Suk go back too. But they first need to return her mother's dowry of 100,000 taels, and the 100,000 taels of silver compensation. Return it to him first, before the 200,000 taels of silver is settled. Anyone who dares to cause trouble at Prince Jin's mansion will face fatal consequences. As Yu Hong heard the report from the servants, realizing that King Jin was backing Su Mushe, He was so furious that he shattered the teacup in his hand. He initially thought he could retrieve Su Mukshui. Once the plan succeeded, there would be no need to spend the 200,000 taels of silver anymore. But what he never expected was that King Jin would intervene to complete the task assigned by Your Majesty. As Yu Hong had no choice but to grit his teeth and open the seldom used warehouse, hoping to retrieve 200,000 taels for an urgent need. Once Su Musho is dealt with, the money would eventually return to his hands. As he walked to the study, he cautiously looked around. Ensuring no one was watching, he carefully moved aside the concealed painting and unlocked his warehouse door with the key. When he stepped inside the warehouse with the lamp, he finally realized the vast room was empty. Not a single needle was left inside. He was so shocked that the lamp fell from his hand. In disbelief, he rubbed his eyes vigorously. When he opened his eyes, he found only 4 walls. Indeed, there is just nothing there. He sat abruptly on the ground. He remained oblivious for quite a while.
How could this happen? How could this happen? Where is my treasure? Where is my treasure?
It took him a while to finally come to terms. The reality of all his treasures being gone. At the thought of all the hard work, decades of accumulated wealth, just gone like that. As Yu Hong's heart felt a twisted pain, disregarding his usual dignified demeanor, he roared out,
Who did this? Who did this exactly?
After speaking, a mouthful of blood sprayed from his mouth, and he promptly fainted. The servant passing by outside, hearing his roar, hurriedly ran in, and found him pale, lying on the ground, his chest covered in blood. Scared, quickly rushed to lift him up.
Master, what causes this anger? If something bad happens to you, how can I leave?
It is all gone. Everything is gone.
What is gone? Master, what are you talking about?
Silver! All our silver is gone.
What are you saying? The money in the warehouse is also gone.
Zhao Yun did not collapse to the ground. The case of his own private treasury being stolen, the authorities have not yet concluded. Now, the money in the Su Mansion's treasury is gone. How can the Su Mansion's residents survive this?
Master, let's report this to the authorities immediately.
Nonsense. If His Majesty knew what I've done, everyone in the Su Mansion would lose their heads.
As Yu Hong had regained his senses by now. Many were obtained through unethical means. If reported, not even 10 heads would be enough to satisfy the punishment.
What should I do? Do we just toll? Furthermore, we don't have much money now. There is no money in the warehouse. How can we live with so many people in our family?
Don't make this happen for now. I will ask someone to check it out in private. Not enough money. Let me tell you tomorrow. He said he would use his silk pants to hold it first, wait until the money outside is taken back, and then make up for him.
What should I do if Su Mukshui wants the 200,000 taels?
Buy some industries first. Collect 200,000 taels for him. Anyway, after completing what Your Majesty has assigned you, these silvers must be ours.
The next day, Zhao Yumei rushed to Yungsongju. I asked Mrs. Su for money turnover. Only then did I realize that old Mrs. Su's private warehouse was gone. There was another chaos in the family. Old Mrs. Su was so angry that she was bedridden. Yu Hong was riding her heart, and the thief was so angry that he gritted his teeth. Why did this thief catch him and the Sapyu family?
Okay, don't feel sorry for it. This is only temporary. I have asked the butler to buy our shop and floor. It was recorded by others. After the matter is done, I'll find a way. Take back these industries with capital and profit. Miss, please open Yue.
The aunt said,
This amount of silver is insufficient.
What challenges will come in the future?
We cannot be held responsible.
Indeed, it is quite beautiful, considering the despicable behavior of the Su family. And Zhao Yumei, who specializes in seducing husbands, they act with questionable morals. I am not at ease.
Su Mukshu carefully inspects the contents of the box. After confirming everything is correct, Xuanxi and the others carry the silver into their courtyard.
Miss,
the money you requested has been delivered.
Don't forget what you promised to the Su family.
If you want me to go back, that is fine. Just make sure Su Hong talks to his good son-in-law. Tell him to send all 300,000 taels of silver. Then I will consider going back.
Miss, you didn't mention that. You said I had to wait for the prince to give the money before going back. You're going back on your word.
I forgot about that earlier. It is not too late to mention it now.
You are being unreasonable.
What? Butler Su wants to fight me on behalf of your master.
I dare not.
Now the silver has been returned to the Jingwang mansion. No one can invite him back now. With no other options, he can only go home dejected to report. The next day, Su Mushe had just finished needling Xuan Yuanjin. She then received news. The 300,000 taels of silver from the prince's mansion has been delivered.
Let's go out and see Uncle Xuan Yuanjin. Time to collect your compensation.
All right, let's hurry.
The two of them arrived at the courtyard. The ground was covered with silver incense.
Mushu, will you be putting all this silver into the silver stack? Or should I get you a silver warehouse as storage?
Thank you, Jin. But you don't need to worry. I have my own place for this silver.
Seeing he had other plans, Xuan Yuanjin didn't press further. He only asked if she needed help carrying it. Su Mukshu declined. She had now fully grasped her spatial abilities. She could collect it effortlessly with her mind. Once Xuan Yuanjin and the others left, Su Mukshu sent away the people in the yard. She closed her eyes and quietly chanted to collect. The yard, that was once full, instantly became empty. Su Mukshu opened her eyes, clapping her hands in satisfaction. Turning around, he returned to the house to rest. The following afternoon, thinking about the upcoming trip to the SU mansion for the Hongmen banquet. There might be a fight. He wore the most practical clothes for movement.
Mukshu suggested I go with you.
No need for you. It is currently the crucial period for detoxification. If you go and the Dog Emperor notices something, it wouldn't be good, especially with you around. As Yu Hong might not have the guts to attack me. At that point, other unforeseen circumstances could arise. I'll go alone. For other matters, let the person Xuan Si found handle it. Just follow my instructions.
But what if you go alone, facing that big family? I can't help but feel worried.
Don't worry. Without entering the tiger's den, how can you catch a tiger cub? Besides, those from the SU family can't do anything to me. You just need to wait for my good news in the mansion.
Since that is the case, I'll wait in the mansion. But let's be clear first. If the time passes and you haven't returned, then I'll personally come to find you.
He didn't want to bring himself along. Xuan Yuanjing had no choice. So, he had to set a time with him. Samukshi nodded.
She agreed to Xuan Ce.
Take the best martial artists from the Xuan family along, to covertly protect Miss Su. If even a single hair is harmed, you'll have to bring the head to see the prince.
Don't worry. My subordinates will definitely bring Miss Su back safely.
Oh, you child. How could you stay at someone else's house for so long? What would others think of your reputation?
Yes, Miss. During these days when you weren't in the mansion, the master has been worried, and you haven't slept well at night, fearing that you might be treated unfairly outside. This is only the third or fourth time. Want you to go home.
Yeah. Isn't it that you hate me so much you can't sleep?
What are you talking about? Shweer, we are father and daughter. We're a family. In this family, there is no such thing as an overnight feud.
The master is right. A family should care for and love each other. Miss, you probably don't know yet. The old lady has returned from the temple. You should go meet her first. I'll have someone prepare a few dishes. Tonight, let's have a good family reunion.
After saying that, he saw Samukshi and realized he had come without a maid. He asked, feeling a bit puzzled.
Oh, Miss, why didn't Leonard come back with you?
Oh, Leonard caught a cold, so I didn't let her come with me.
Oh, I see. Then I'll find a maid to take you to Yunseongju.
After saying that, he called over the second-class maid, Kailing.
You take the young lady to Yunseongju.
The old lady of Yunseongju has been sick lately due to the stolen money incident. She has been unwell and hasn't left the house. When she heard the servant report that Su Mushe had arrived, she thought about her grandson's legs, which were crippled by this woman. Old Mrs. Su was filled with bitterness and anger. She wanted to show her a thing or two. Chiu Tong, go send a message. Just tell her I am resting. Make her stand outside and wait. Remember, she is not allowed to sit. And don't give her any tea. She can come in whenever I say.
This.
Chiu Tong hesitated a bit. At this hour, it's incredibly hot outside. It is the hottest part of the day. It's unfair to make someone stand outside like that. Who can withstand that? Oh, what is the big deal? Just to do as I say. Old Mrs. Su glared with her beady eyes, clearly annoyed. Chiu Tong had no choice but to go outside to summon the boat. As Yu Musho overheard his words, she couldn't help but sneer to herself.
Grandma is getting old. She really should take more time to rest. Otherwise, if she worries too much, she might find her way to an early grave. Miss Q Tong. Since grandmother is resting, I think I'll head back to Ling Shuyan to rest a bit too. After all, I've been counting silver for 2 days straight until my hands cramped up. It has been exhausting, and I need a break.
Having said that, she disregarded the maid's pleas to stay. She left the room without looking back. Old Mrs. Su was furious to hear that she was being cursed. I remembered the 200,000 taels of silver again. And she nearly fainted from anger.
Sister Lee, please calm down. Father has been troubled by court matters. And he is also worried about grandmother's health. That is why he is a bit irritable. It's not directed at you.
Seeing that Su Mokshe's expression had improved somewhat, he quickly continued to persuade her.
It is not easy for our family to be gathered together. So we should at least enjoy a joyful reunion dinner. Right?
In the end, the situation concluded with Su Hong bowing her head and apologizing. To prevent Su Mokshe from leaving again, Su Miwei put her to sit between himself and Su Yu.
Oh dear, my memory. How can a reunion banquet be complete without some wine to liven things up? Miss, a few days ago, someone gifted me a pot of fine begonia wine. And today, it is perfect timing since you are here. Let's enjoy a toast for our reunion.
As he spoke, he signaled with his eyes. He sent a maid to heat the wine. Su Mokshe, however, kept a calm facade. She picked up her chopsticks and began to choose her favorite dishes as if no one were around.
Eat! Eat! Make the most of this opportunity to eat more. Otherwise, there may not be a next meal.
Not long after, the maid came over with wine. She first served a cup to Xu Hong and Zhao Yunmei. She gave them a reassuring glance. Then she brought the wine to Su Mushe. She placed the last 2 cups in front of Su Yu and Su Miwei.
Cheers! This cup? Let's consider it a toast for your grandmother's speedy recovery. Let's all drink together.
Su Mokshe wobbled when she got up. Her body suddenly swayed towards Su Yu. Fortunately, she managed to stabilize herself by holding onto the table.
I'm so sorry. I just had a little numbness in my feet.
So Mokshe's apology lacked sincerity. Everyone instinctively looked in front of her. They saw the cup of wine still steady in front of her. Only then did they let out a sigh of relief.
It's nothing. Really? Come, let's toast to your grandmother's long life. Cheers.
As he spoke, he downed the wine in his glass. Then, Xu Hong finished her drink as well. Su Yu and Su Miwei followed suit. Both of them drained their glasses. Then, 4 pairs of eyes fixed their gaze on Su Mokshe, who had picked up her cup but hadn't drunk yet. Her hands unconsciously clenched into fists. They urged her in unison. Su Mokshe looked at the 4 pairs of eager and anxious eyes. Suddenly, she gave a crooked smile.
All right.
After saying that, she downed the wine in her glass in one gulp. Seeing that she had really finished the wine in her glass, the family of 4 finally breathed a sigh of relief. They guessed that Su Mokshe's drink had gone down completely. There was no chance of her throwing it up again. The others stopped pretending.
Now that the poisoned wine was down, your worthless life is in our hands. Let's see how arrogant you can still be.
It is all because of this damn woman, who is preventing me from becoming the crown princess. He should have died long ago.
Su Miwei chimed in loudly. Su Yu felt a thrill of excitement at the thought of revenge. He smiled as he looked at Su Mokshe.
Beach, your reckoning has come.
I only lost a leg, but you're losing your life.
Su Mokshe ignored the 3 of them. Instead, she pretended not to notice and looked at Xu Hong.
Poison. So it turns out, Father, you tried every trick to bring me back. Not out of familial love, but to poison me instead. They say even tigers don't eat their young. I never imagined a Suhu. You're even worse than a beast.
This is all your own doing, if you hadn't insisted on asking for it. Zhang Hanyan's dowry. If you hadn't caused a scene before His Majesty, and shown off the power of that pistol in front of him, he wouldn't have ordered me to poison you, forcing you to reveal where the pistol came from. Shuir, don't blame your father. Everything here is your own fault. If you had handed over the pistol to me sooner, I could have formed my own pistol guard. Then you would still be the noble daughter of the Sao family. Why should you suffer the agony of this poison coursing through your veins? This has led to the current situation. This is all your own doing. You can't blame your father. Your father had no choice either.
Su Hong kept insisting it was unavoidable. He acted like he was so helpless. Su Mokshe couldn't help but chuckle at that. Indeed, shameless people never consider themselves at fault. They only push all the blame onto others.
You truly are repulsive. While being shameless, you still want to save face. That is just the height of hypocrisy.
Anyway, no matter what, You must reveal the origin of the pistol today.
What if I choose not to?
If I don't say anything, there's no antidote. Then you'll surely die today.
Huh, is that so? What a pity. It seems things won't go as you'd like.
The four of them stared at him as if they had seen a ghost.
Why aren't you poisoned?
As Yu Hong looked on with a scrutinizing gaze. She turned her gaze toward the maid who had just poured the wine. The maid was so frightened that she immediately knelt and said, "Master,
I swear I really gave the poisoned wine to the eldest lady just now. I don't know why he wasn't poisoned."
I clearly saw you drink. How could it be that you're not poisoned?
Of course. It must have been a fool who drank that glass of poisoned wine for me. Is that really hard to figure out?
Sunday Wu Shui looked at him with an amused expression. As Yu noticed him looking strangely at him. A sense of foreboding flashed through his heart. Before he could react, he suddenly felt a sharp pain in his chest. A stream of blood spurted from his mouth. He clasped his stomach and collapsed to the ground, screaming,
It hurts so much.
I'm dying.
Rain, little rain.
Shuyer, what's wrong with you? Don't scare your mother.
As Yu Miwei also rushed over. She knelt in front of her younger brother, anxiously wiping her tears.
Shuyer!
Seeing her son rolling in agony, Su Hong hurriedly shouted out to call the doctor.
Quick, call the doctor.
Only Su Mukshui stood there with arms crossed, calmly watching. She watched as the Su family reaped what they had sown. As Yu Hong raised her head, she glared at Su Moshe in anger.
It's you. You swapped that glass of wine.
It was indeed my doing. But this is also your own doing. If it weren't for you and your family scheming to harm me, then your son wouldn't have taken me to death today.
Su Mokshu. How could you harm Xiaoyu so viciously? He is your younger brother.
Yu Hong's eyes turned red with anger. Yu is his only son. If something happens, the Safu family will end.
When you poisoned me, did you ever think that I am also your daughter? I am your flesh and blood, aren't I?
Su Mukshu stared at Yu Hong, questioning him, faced with his aggression.
Su Hong said coldly, "You are different."
Yes, I am. I am indeed different from them. Because I didn't come from the belly of the woman you loved. I am not your favorite child, so I deserve to be ignored. Deserving of suffering. Deserving of being sacrificed. Right.
Su Mukshu felt sorrow for Yuan Shen. It is his misfortune to be born into such a family. I hope that in his next life, he will be born into a happy family.